live on your tablet, phone, and the KUTV app. This is 2 News Live.
Thanks for joining us for 2 News Live. I'm Heidi Hatch. It is Friday, March 1st, a brand new month. We're going in depth tonight on the incoming weekend winter storm and how you can get ready. As we go in depth tonight, you can always get in touch with us during the show. Use the hashtag 2 News Live to join in that conversation. You can always find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, TV Heidi Hatch. Send me a direct message if you'd like to weigh in. As those winds come whipping through our region today, they could be causing some damage, and they'll likely plunge many in the area into sudden darkness as power gets taken down. Hopefully that won't happen. Jake Taylor joining us tonight from Utah County. And Jake, who needs to be ready?
Yeah, I'm here in Utah County, kind of near the point of the mountain where they're expecting some pretty high winds. Behind me, I don't know if you can see them right now. There's one behind me. Another one has been coming up and down. Some kites that kids have been flying because, of course, the wind is blowing, but not as hard as it had been earlier and not as hard as it's gonna be blowing. What I want to start with to kind of tell people who should be worrying and how much is something from the National Weather Service. They say when wind is above 40 miles an hour, that's high risk of damage. If it's over 55 miles an hour, that's extreme risk of damage. And as we know, some areas are going to see wind gusts above or as high as 70 miles per hour. I spoke with Rocky Mountain Power about where they're expecting to see power go out. They said really from Cache Valley along the Idaho border all the way down to American Fork is really their zone where they're expecting there to be outages. Not necessarily everywhere, but certainly anywhere along that zone, people could face outages. Now, some of the aside from outages, damage that could be caused, of course, high winds cause shingles to blow off of roofs. You've got trees that could be toppled, branches that get broken. Really anything that anybody leaves in their backyard, leaves in their front yard, can get picked up and made to be a projectile that could certainly cause damage, cause injury, and cause problems in the area. So that's what they want people to watch out for. They say just clean up around your home, look around your yard, make sure there's not anything loose, and also be prepared because there is very real chance that a lot of people could see their power go out.
All right, hopefully that doesn't happen, but preparing for the worst. We'll give you some time to get home tonight and clean up your yard before it's dark out there and too late. Jake, thanks so much. Gusty winds, as we've been talking about, may make travel difficult for drivers as well. The Utah Department of Transportation warning people to take it easy on the roads this evening. KUTV's Christian Cita spoke to UDOT about what drivers can expect. So, Christian, what are they telling you?
Yeah, Heidi, as you can see, it's still pretty windy and the wind will continue throughout the evening. I did talk to UDOT and they told me that areas that can expect a lot of wind will be on I-80, which include Wendover through Tooele. UDOT tells me that these gusty winds do pose a danger to semi-trucks and trailers, especially if they're empty. They do tell me that passenger vehicles don't pose that big of a threat, but if you do feel like you're in danger or unsafe, you should pull over.
All right, Christian, good information out there. I-80, always a trouble spot when those winds are whipping. Hey, we wanted to hear from you about this. Scan the QR code on your screen as we're heading into this wild weather weekend. How would you describe your own comfortability level driving in these strong winds? Pretty split right now. 17 says doesn't bother me. 32% say worried about other drivers. 29% worried about those semi-trucks. Definitely worrisome when those winds are whipping out there. 22% say you'll avoid driving in the strong wind, and after that wind means we'll be getting some snow. These are the winds of change and some pretty whipping winds of change. Meteorologist Sean Kelly's here with that first alert forecast as we head into the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, these winds are no joke, 50 to 55 miles per hour already, and it's going to get even worse before it gets better. But we also have some snow in the forecast. So a little bit of something for everyone, and then we had 60s today for highs.
It felt nice, but it's been so windy the last couple of days, it's been hard to enjoy.
It's been hard to enjoy. That's a great way to describe it here. But we're going to see falling temperatures tomorrow. The high is actually going to occur in the early morning hours as a cold front pushes through the area. But yes, it was very spring-like out there, and this evening it's going to be a beautiful one. Just hold on to your hats. Just You got to deal with this wind here through the next 24 hours. 61 right now, so we're starting to drop the temperatures just a little bit, but look at some of these wind gusts still at the hour. We're down into 44-mile-per-hour winds into Cedar City, 48 into Milford. Temperatures right now, we're at 57 in Manti, Milford at 57, Delta 57, even Logan not too bad at 52 degrees. Here's the big storm that's just up towards the north and west. Out ahead of it, we've got the southwest gustily winds. We've got a whole lot of snow into the Sierra Nevada mountains where they're under blizzard warnings, upwards of 5 feet of snow for them. We've got some scattered light rain showers for the most part well up towards the north near the Idaho border. That will stay that way here through the next 6 to 12 hours, but we'll start to see some light snow developing perhaps late on this evening into the mountains into the overnight. But tomorrow morning, mainly dry still down into the valleys. It's going to be when the cold front pushes through that we see this quick burst of heavy snow. In the middle of the day, from about noon through 2 p.m., we start to see that snow push in. We'll see very low visibility, that heavy snow 1 to 2 inches per hour, so it will accumulate rather quickly. And then it continues on through about 4 or 5 p.m. or so, moving down into our central counties, into our southern counties as well, and then it gradually tapers off as we get towards the 8 p.m. hour, maybe a few isolated showers up towards the north, steadier stuff well down towards the south. But then as we dry out, we get ready for another round late Saturday night and into Sunday morning. This one not as heavy, not as widespread, but enough to give us an additional trace to maybe 3-inch or so amounts. That's for that Saturday part, the first initial part, 2 to 5 inches for the valley. So this could perhaps be, if we get over 3.9 inches, be the biggest snowstorm that we've seen for us here in Salt Lake so far this season. The mountain's going to do fairly well, upwards of 1 to 2 feet of snow we are expecting here in the next 2 days or so. So temperatures overnight dipping down into the 30s and 40s we go, so still pretty mild for the most part. St. George, though, you reached highs into the 70s today. Tomorrow, not quite as warm, but we're going to be pretty breezy, 50s and 60s here through the next 7 days. And we've got the weather alert days for both Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow for the winds early in the morning, then for the snow. So please be careful out on the roads, especially tomorrow evening. That band of snow is going to be pretty heavy.
All right, I do have to be someplace tomorrow night, so plan a whole lot of extra time.
Tomorrow night it'll be clearing out a little bit, and so it'll be a little bit better. Afternoon, evening, though, early evening is when it's going to be the worst.
All right, sounds good. We'll plan ahead. Sean, thanks so much. You can download our 2 News weather app to know about all the changes that happen in your neighborhood. Get updated forecasts, live radar on your phone. The app is free and easy to download. Well, climate change has cost the ski industry in the United States billions of dollars. That according to a new study published in the journal Current Issues in Tourism. The study says U.S. ski areas lost about $5 billion from 2000 to 2019 due to climate change and increased snowmaking costs. Researchers project the U.S. skiing season could be shortened by 14 to 33 days by the 2050s, depending on how much global emissions are reduced. Here in Utah, I'd like to say that we've slowed down over the last few years, but it keeps getting busier and busier and busier in our mountains.
I'm hoping ski resorts can stay open as long as they can, especially this year. But I know we've seen so much rain here in the valleys, but the mountains still have been doing really well. The ski resorts.
Yeah, and they're going to do really well tomorrow. But if you're skiing, it's going to be windy the first part of the day, which could be bad.
We might see some, maybe early closures of those resorts, especially with the winds and the snow, and we'll have to watch out for the canyons as well.
All right, plan ahead. All right, Sean, thanks so much. Thanks for being with us for 2 News Live. We're here Monday through Friday at 5:30. We hope you join us again for more in-depth conversations.